Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your Chelsea news video. First things first, guys, make sure you smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here, and as always, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And a little bit of a quieter day in terms of Chelsea news, but as always, there are still a few bits and pieces to go through. We've got the latest search on Chelsea's hunt for a new winger. We've got the latest on appointments within the academy, and also the latest on a potential market opportunity with a very good player available on the cheap. But let's dive into it, guys. Let's start with Chelsea's search for a new winger. And Ben Jacobs reporting yesterday that Kaoru Mitoma, the Brighton winger, is liked internally at Chelsea. Now, of course, you know, there'll be a number of players that are liked internally, but Mitoma is certainly someone that would fit the bill of an exciting winger, would definitely improve Chelsea straight away in that starting 11. No doubt about it. Has spent large part of last season injured. We know his quality, but issues are going to be price. Issues are going to be dealing with Brighton again. But, you know, other names that have been mentioned on the list as well in terms of players that are being looked at. Obviously, Mitoma, Crescencio Somerville at Leeds. Obviously, Georgi Sudakov, the Shakhtar Donetsk player, is another one that, you know, Chelsea could look for. But it's important to recognise with him that obviously when Shakhtar visited London, what was it, a few months ago now, they did kind of doing the rounds of the London clubs. They went to, they were almost pitching Sudakov to clubs rather than clubs going to them. So I think they spoke with Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, West Ham and whatnot. And then obviously another name mentioned is Antonio Nusa, who the Club Bruges winger, who we almost signed last summer, but it didn't quite happen. He's had a few injury problems. I also think potentially Chelsea might be looking for a bit more experience on the winger front. You know, we were looking at Elise. You know, we've got Esteban Paez coming in 2025. I'm not sure you're looking for another youngster for the first team. That obviously Antonio Nusa would be. So names like your Mitomas and names like your Somervilles, although Somerville's 22, you know, Mitoma obviously a little bit older than Somerville, but I think Chelsea are looking for a bit more experience. I mean, Mitoma, 27 years old. I don't know what his market value would be, but all these wingers are kind of slightly different profiles, which is interesting for sure. They are slightly different profiles, but you know, these are good players that, you know, would make a difference for Chelsea. No doubt about it. You know, they would absolutely make a difference for Chelsea. In terms of what one I'd like us to go for, I mean, obviously Mitoma is probably, in my opinion, the one that would be the best for us, but ultimately that's not going to happen this summer. I don't even know if it's likely to happen over the next few years or not. But I think right now, as it stands, I do believe the most likely outcome for Chelsea in the wide positions could be someone like a Crescencio Somerville. I think that's the easiest deal to do, 35, 40 million pounds max from Leeds. It'll be well within Chelsea's budget. The age range is not going to be an issue at all. He fits into that. He fits into the wage structure as well. He won't be on massive money or anything like that. So yeah, I'd say that Somerville makes the most sense. But in terms of, if you're looking at players that are going to improve the first 11, and you'd like to think that Chelsea are looking to improve the first 11 rather than just improving the squad, Mitoma definitely improves the first 11. Somerville would improve the squad. Sudakov, bit of an unknown quantity. Nusa, the same, a bit of an unknown quantity. So yeah, we're going to wait and see. But there's interesting that those kind of 4 or 5 names that seemingly on the list, or names that have been discussed within the club. But yeah, I'm not that sold on that many of them, to be perfectly honest. And it kind of is anyone's guess as to what we're going to do and what attacking players are going to come in. Are we still going to bring a striker in? Are we looking to bring in? We're definitely going to bring a wide player in. You know, is Cole Palmer actually going to play more wide now that Dewsbury Hall signed? You know, these are all questions that we don't really know the answers to, and questions that could affect the outcome of what we decide to do. You know, if Palmer is going to play on the right-hand side as a winger with Madueke as the other option on the right-hand side, then you almost feel like you don't need another winger coming in. We've also got to be careful with bringing a wide player in, what sort of profile we go for because of the guys that are coming in 2025. So, there's a lot of food for thought here, but it's interesting, the likes of Mitoma, would make the most sense. I'd be on board with that. But as I said, it's not going to happen, is it? We've got to be brutally honest here and realistic. It's not going to happen. And I think if Chelsea are going to bring in any wide player, my bet would be Somerville. But again, I'm not sure how likely that is, but I think that would be the most likely one in my view. Keeping with the theme of attacking players, there's no Chelsea link necessarily to this, but Fabrizio Romano reporting that Federico Chiesa is available for around 25 million euros. He's out of contract with Juventus at the end of next season. He's not going to be extended. Juventus are preparing to sell Chiesa, who's not part of Thiago Motta's plans. I'll tell you, look, Chiesa is a very good player. Obviously, he had suffered that serious knee injury, and then it was obviously a little bit problematic. He struggled to get back to his best form. But there's still a good player in there. There's still a player that can cause damage. There's a player that can do a lot of good to a team, can add a lot to a team. And you look at it and you think at 25 million euros, which is just over 20 million quid, he's 26 years of age. That isn't bad. That you'd think that might be worth a gamble potentially. There's experience there. He's capped over 50 times for Italy. He plays down the left. He's a left winger, but he can also play on the right, and if needed, can play as a second striker. He ticks that versatility box across the front line. Yes, the injury issues are perhaps a slight concern, although his ACL injury was back in the 21-22 season, so that is a couple of years ago now. But he hasn't really hit his best form since then. The injuries have kind of been little niggles since then. There's not really been any major issues on that front. But for me, I think there is an opportunity there. We know that Chelsea are looking to do smart business. We know Chelsea are looking for opportunities in the market, like with Mark Guiu. That was an opportunity in the market, cheap release clause. This could be another opportunity in the market. I don't know what Chiesa's wages are likely to be, but I do believe that this is a potential option in the market. He did reasonably well. He did okay last season. 10 goals, 3 assists, and 37 appearances. It's not amazing, but at 26 years of age, there's still a player in there, and for someone, there's a bargain there to be had. And why shouldn't that be Chelsea? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Would you take Federico Chiesa at Chelsea with reasonable wages and, of course, not an expensive price tag whatsoever? It's a market opportunity. It's absolutely a market opportunity, and one that I would be looking to take full advantage of potentially. But there's a player there. It's not been great over the last couple of years. I think we have to be perfectly honest by that. I think his best form, was a number of years ago now, but he's building himself back up. He's back playing regular football. So let's see how he does. Versatile, can play right wing, left wing, second striker. There's a bargain there to be had for someone. So I wonder if Chelsea have got half an eye on it or not. Maybe it doesn't fit the profile they're looking for. I don't really know, but yeah, definitely an interesting one there, and definitely, no doubt about it, 100% a market opportunity with Chiesa. And then finally, Chelsea are moving closer to making an appointment in the restructuring of the academy. It almost feels like Chelsea at this point are trying to become Man City. David Ornstein reporting this morning that Chelsea to appoint Man City head of coaching Glenn van der Klaan as key figure in revamped academy setup. Dutchman informed Man City yesterday and will take significant position in the new look Chelsea system after the exits of Jim Fraser and Neil Bath. I'm not saying we want to be Man City, but it appears with the business we're doing. We've got Maresca, who's worked under Guardiola, who's been in the City Academy. Joe Schild's been part of the backroom staff at City. Got a City head of coaching coming into the club. We've bought players from City. Sterling's, Palmer's, Lavia was in the City Academy. It looks like we are trying to emulate Man City and become a Man City 2.0. It feels like. I've got no idea how good this guy is, but he's obviously good. Hopefully, a best in class. He joined Man City from Feyenoord in 2020. He's head of coaching and has established a strong reputation across the football industry for his work around talent development at age group level. He knows Chelsea. He knows Joe Shields. Shields was City's head of academy and talent management. So yeah, let's see how this guy does. But it's got a bit of a feel about it that Chelsea want to become Man City 2.0. But it's not a bad club to try and emulate, given all the success that they've had. And look, let's see how this one works out. But ultimately, I don't think we'll see the fruits of the labour for this appointment for a number of years now. But look, the club are moving on. The club are getting things done. They're acting quickly, getting new people into positions as quickly as possible. So let's see how it goes. But as I said, it has got a bit of a feel of, Chelsea want to be Man City, and we're making kind of Man City-esque appointments. But let's wait and see how this one pans out. But guys, that is the latest Chelsea news. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Catch you again in another one soon. Up the Chelsea and peace out.